Hey, it's October 3rd, so it's time to rank all 3 Mean Girls movies from whatever to the most fetch. Hello and welcome Cinema, where we focus on a film. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema. Let me know down in the comments below how you would rank the Mean Girls movies. Have you seen them all from your least favorite to your favorite? Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already to join in the film culture community where we talk about the love of cinema as a whole. And getting in whatever, we got Mean Girls 2. Now, while this is disguised as a sequel, it's actually a remake that takes its own little spin on the story. And while I naturally sometimes respect what you get out of that sort of idea for a reboot or a remake, trying to not necessarily copy everything we got before, it has this style of what we got in the original, but doesn't necessarily have the charismatic energy, the right acting, or the characters that really jive with the story that's all feeling vibing throughout. And just what we get out of the narrative beats, they just don't naturally have the right tempo. There are certain moments that the best entertainment is something that's so bad that makes you laugh. Certain moments almost get you feeling what the tempo is, what the story is all about, but it takes a misfire on landing its points where it should be hitting the strongest. Certain turning points of the story that just don't have the dramatic effect that this should naturally have. And it ultimately goes about this Disney Channel style vibes, what you're getting out of the story, what you're expecting out of the dialogue, that just doesn't have the best writing as a whole. Which leads me into next place. We got Mean Girls, the musical adaptation 2024. Now, this one I did have a good time with. The musical numbers, the songs, I just had a good time vibing out with all that was going on throughout, watching them all for the first time this past year, being able to just enjoy the nature of what this is doing as a musical. Now, there's some things where it takes a step back, where it, yes, copies some of the same formula as the original, and does it pretty decently well. But there's also certain moments that could work that much better, that the original does better, that this one takes a step back with the risks that it's wanting to take, what it's trying to do with the dangers of the incident, whether it's specific instances where they want to change it subtly to not make it an exact replica. But that's the reason it gets stepped back, because it's not as risque to the nature of what you're getting out of the story. It's not as crass or flamboyant with its energy and characters as a whole. This is a good cast for what they're getting out of it, and like I said, I enjoy the songs as a whole, but it just doesn't live up to the fetches of the all. Number 1, Mean Girls. Now, I just really enjoy this musical, having watched it for the first time, being able to naturally enjoy the comedy, the charismatic energy that is all flowing on set. I'm not naturally drawn to comedies, but this one rather works well for me. It has some beats that are a little off tempo, but that's also what feels like it makes it more unique, has its own distinct flavor to the narrative beats, the vibe that you're really getting out of it, that carries on to Mean Girls 2, but just doesn't have all the right energy that this one has. The cast is fantastic, the performances are great, certain moments are extra cheesy, but that can also add to something that I enjoy from the film. Yet there's still dramatic effects that really come about with surprising events that happen along this film that I did not expect. Certain turning points leading to thematic elements that make this film that much more potent with its themes, with the effect on what it's really speaking with its themes as a whole, making it much more of a comedy and dividing its attention to how our influence for popularity can change in a heartbeat for who we become as a person, trying to watch our own ground and just being able to watch that all play out just makes it a grand experience, making it the fetchest Mean Girls movie of them all. So that's just my ranking of the Mean Girls movies from whatever to the fetchest. Let me know down in the comments below how you would rank them from your least favorite to your favorite, and let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you enjoy it, subscribe if you haven't already to join in the film culture community where we talk about the love of cinema as a whole. So that's just all, and make sure to do yourself a favor and go watch a movie.